Hi everybody, and welcome to Fearless Me TV. And on my channel, we are fearless in art and in life. My name is Joe Paddy, and tonight I decided to pour myself a cup of coffee and show you guys around my art studio. Okay, I'm going to start off in the main room, everybody. This is the area where I store the paints that I use the most. I'm getting ready to do something. I get the paints ready and sit down and do something. This is a project I'm working on. It's a little fairy garden thing. And I keep all my paints where I can see them, and I have little charts so I can see what colors are what when I want to look for a certain color. And I keep all my mixing stuff together and certain things all together, like kind of bundled. Like there's all my inks that I use the most and my sparkle paints, stuff like that. I try to keep it a little organized because I find that I can't create nice art if I'm really chaotic and I don't know where things are, because it's really hard. You have to be a little more organized. And this stuff on the wall, I know I've been getting some messages about they wanted to see what's on my wall. And these are paintings that I've done. They're not for sale. They're just my inspirational paintings. And each one has a personal meaning to it. And even like that little horse right there, I painted with my fingers. And that's a watercolor. That painting up there was the first painting with the kitty cats that I did with my daughter. We went to a paint and wine place. My spooky tree over here is that one I did. I called it Chaos in the Park. Christmas stuff and just inspiration of things that I've done to remind me of maybe what color I want to use next or what I want to paint with. And then over here, it's like I have a little table here. This is set up to where I kind of put down a canvas or something that I know I have a project, an idea of something I want to do. So I put the canvas there so I know that that's next up. And over here is where I do filming. I see my kitty. That's George. Not filming, I'm sorry, excuse me, where I take pictures. So I have this, it's a cardboard back here, this piece of cardboard, and then I got some felt at Walmart really cheap, and I got a black and a white, and then I set my painting down here up against there, and I pull the lighting over, and then I get kind of level with the painting, but I kind of go on top of it a little bit so there's not a lot of glare. And I get a picture, and that's a nice picture that you can put on your Etsy store or somewhere for sale so people can see some true colors because you got the right lighting on there and excuse me, a nice background. It's a painting I'm working on, and hello, Christmas tree. Here's my recording area over here. Let me take you back over here. I use this because people have asked me about this, so I thought I'd show you. It's just like a little bungee thing, see, that you can connect onto a chair or anything. And then up here is where I put my iPad or iPhone or my Android or whatever, my cameras, whatever I want to film with that day. And then I'm filming in the tray so it doesn't go all over the place, the paint. And it's just it's a bar top height table because I find that if I'm more level to my painting surface, I don't have so much back problems. Just like over here, when I'm doing some fine little artwork stuff like with paints and not drawing, I sit over here and I get things ready or do work with paints. And I have a little stool that's actually an outdoor table that they had. I found that at Walmart. So I just kind of sit on that because it makes me more level. And the more level I am, like I said, it doesn't hurt my back so much. And then I keep the bigger stuff underneath in bins, like my big thing of Floetrol or house paint and big gallons and my blow dryer and my little spin table and my electric sander. And just stuff down there that I need. And then in my drawers, I have things full in here. Just little projects and things. Here's all my sponges in here that I keep because I want to keep them kind of dust free. Okay, now let's go in here. This is the drawing room. And I keep this little stool here because I have a puppy. So I got to keep that there to try to keep her out of there. At least I know when she gets in here, I can hear her moving it around. I have a little thing on the door that I don't have anything in there now because I put stuff on here that I'm working on next, so that way I'm kind of organized. And then I have my computer area. And there's some unfinished projects that I don't have time for right now. And of course my drying rack, which is multi-purpose. On the bottom I have storage. And that's things that I don't mind if it gets a little drippage from my paints. That second rack up is projects and things that I'm working on. And some prints of my artwork there. And then the drying racks. And this rack here is the stuff that's for sale that's up on Etsy. This says wet here because that's the stuff that's really wet goes on that shelf. And then this is my pieces that when I feel inspired or I'm ready to paint, I just grab something and a canvas or a piece of wood or whatever, and I paint on that. And then, of course, on top, I have my clean rooms where I put my resin in there, my resin art in there to dry so I don't get any dust on there. Then I have my drafting table. This here is like stuff that I'm going to be doing next because I'm painting some birds on here and then painting an elephant on there. These are backgrounds that I've already made and I'm not quite ready to do any paintings on it yet. This is a Fearless Me sign that I had done when I was in California, walking up and down Venice Beach. This guy was really cool. He was making signs, whatever you wanted to, out of license plates. So I thought that was cool. So I thought I'd get that little license plate thingy for my channel. And this is, drawing table is what I do drawing on. I got a tray underneath there, if I can find it. And I just do my drawing up here. And I have stencils and I do tracing too because you just have to. Everybody does. Don't let anyone fool you. Everybody has to trace something sometimes or doing a silhouette on something or something. You have to keep productive, right? And I do some intricate drawings, but they take weeks. And, you know, then they become very expensive paintings. And that's not what I want to do. I want to have fun and try to keep everything reasonable with myself and more fun to paint. And then here's a rack where I keep some paints and my spray glues and Mod Podge and stuff like that. And just other little areas to store paints with. And up here above the printer, I have this and some more of my wall artwork, my war horse that I never finished. Life takes over, y'all. I get busy. Everybody does, you know. But now I have cheap paints. I have airbrush paints. I have good paints. I have less than expensive paints. And it just depends on what I'm making that day. So then I can decide what paints I want to use. Because I don't know. Maybe I'm making something that I don't need to be archival. Maybe I'm just, you know, showing my granddaughter something or whatever. So, all right, everybody, that's my studio, and I'll link a few pictures on the end of this video. I hope you guys get interested in painting and have some fun, because it's a lot of fun, you guys. Thanks for watching.